I absolutely love this as the Lakers, coming off a tough loss, get a much needed bounce back win by absolutely dominating the Washington Wizards, and they did it with proper focus and commitment to the game plan, especially with a number of guys out of the rotation, and the Lakers had some much needed contributions, specifically from a guy that most of us forgot about. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into everything we're happy with that game recap, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, because we have just reached 5,000 subscribers in our recent goal. So thanks for everybody to get us there. And now let's get to our new goal of 6,000 subscribers. So if we can get there before next month, in the month of February there, that'll be greatly appreciated. And we also greatly appreciate everybody who's already subscribed to Lakers Digest. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap, as it was awful for the Wizards, but great for the Lakers, as the Lakers win easily against the Wizards. So the Lakers absolutely destroy the Washington Wizards 134-96. And the Wizards are not a great team, albeit, but there are some things you can take away from it. There was a number of guys who played well for the Lakers, and a number of guys who aren't really in the rotation but had to get some spot minutes with a bunch of guys out. That was Anthony Davis, who's going to miss the next 7 to 10 days, and then Dorian Finney-Smith, who sat out in this game, and then also Gabe Vincent, who has been out a couple of games with knee soreness. So having all those different guys out made a couple of Laker guys having to step up for this team, and they were able to do so against this Wizard team. Not only on the offensive end, but on defense as well, as they did a great job defending the Wizards. So let's take a look at those stats for the Lakers, as Rui Hachimura had 22 points, shot the ball extremely well, 4 for 5 from 3, 9 of 12 from the field. And then LeBron James, who was setting the tone for the Lakers, had 24 points in this one, 11 assists and 0 turnovers, which is big, especially with the amount of turnovers LeBron's been having recently in the past couple of games. And then Jackson Hayes had a double-double in start of Anthony Davis, had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 block shots, had a very solid game, very good first half. That's where he got most of the stats there. And then Austin Reaves had 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then Max Christie pitched in with 13 points, 3 3-pointers. And then off the bench there, the Lakers had some very nice contributions from Shake Milton, who led the way with 21 points, 7 of 8 from the field, had 4 assists and a couple of steals. Dalton Knecht had 10 points off the bench there. And then they had some very nice contributions from their big man and forward play, with Trey Jamison, who was the backup 5 in this one, had 5 rebounds, a couple of block shots, and really played hard. And then Jared Vanderbilt had 7 rebounds, a couple of assists, and 4 steals in only 16 minutes played, as he continues to build up his conditioning to help ramp up his play for the Los Angeles Lakers. So the Lakers had some very nice contributions from top to bottom on this roster, and it is just very important to stack wins in games like against the Washington Wizards, because you don't want to be dropping these games, and you don't want to be giving a team like the Wizards any chance at all at snuffing a victory. And the Lakers did that from start to finish. They were really locked in on the game plan and what they needed to do, and they just took easy work of the Wizards there, and just a lot of different guys. It was really nice to see pitch in and contribute, like I said, especially with all of those injuries that the Lakers had in this game. So it was very important, especially after that loss against the Philadelphia 76ers, to get a bounce back win in this one to help go into that weekend, as Lakers have some tough games coming up on the schedule, as they still have a few games on this Grammy road trip. But they've been doing good so far now, as now that puts them up to 3-1 on this road trip, and now it's on to that back half there for the Los Angeles Lakers. And they were led in part by LeBron James, Austin Reaves, and Rui Hachimura. Those are the guys you're expecting to help perform. But what most of this is for the Los Angeles Lakers is what the next man is going to do, because without Anthony Davis, there is a massive hole for the Lakers, not only on offense, but on the defensive side of the ball as well. And the Lakers were able to get contributions in both departments to help them get the win. So that is like my next point here, as was sort of the next man up mentality for the Lakers, with all of those guys absent, and they got some great contributions. One, I got to start with Shake Milton, as he hasn't played well for the Lakers virtually since that first game where he had a couple of threes after he was traded from the Brooklyn Nets, but he really contributed in the points department and played hard on defense too. So Shake Milton had 21 points in 28 minutes there, 4 assists. He shot 7 of 8 from the field and was a plus 25 in the plus minus department. So it was very exciting and very encouraging to see Shake Milton, because this has sort of been a need for the Lakers as they traded away D'Angelo Russell. There has been some need for some shot making, some playmaking, and Shake Milton can bring some of that. And he hasn't been doing that so far for the Lakers, as he, still trying to find his footing and bearing, and he wasn't really getting too much playing time there. But he was able to earn the trust of JJ Redick and get that playing time. And this is something that the Lakers need in a position of need, because if Gabe Vincent is going to miss any more time, they're going to need some minutes in that guard department, and they're going to be able to bring in requisite energy from the defense and offensive end, and that's what Shake Milton brought against the Wizards. So that was very good to see Shake kind of like break out and have his best game as a Los Angeles Laker. And then a couple of other guys I wanted to note there, as Jackson Hayes, who started for Anthony Davis, and Jackson Hayes has had his ups and downs on the season, but this was probably one of his better games. Had a double-double in this one, really shored up the paint, was doing things that he can do and can control, because he is not going to be Anthony Davis in any right, but it is important to do the things that he does well and do it at a high level, and that was the case for Jackson Hayes, and he didn't foul too much. So very good to see Jackson Hayes play well, because we're definitely going to need him to play well this next week of games here with Anthony Davis out. And then Trey Jameson, who got the backup 5 minutes. We were wondering if it was going to be Christian Koloko or Trey Jameson. It ended up being Trey Jameson, and he was the right choice here, as he really played with a great energy in this one. Was really competing on the defensive end, had a couple of block shots, was really an intimidating presence at some points in the game with his size and just his girth. He also fouled out in this one, so he was definitely playing harder than he needed to be, but he was the backup 5, so not too much, and the Lakers had a very big lead, so it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things that Trey Jameson was in foul trouble. So he as well had a nice game. So it was nice to see all of these different Laker players have good games here and there, because you want to be able to build up these big leads, so you're not playing a guy like LeBron James in year 22 all of those minutes, because you want to keep LeBron as fresh as possible, especially when they're going up against a very tough matchup in the New York Knicks on Saturday. So you're going to need LeBron's legs, energy, and effort in that one, because the Knicks are a very tough Eastern Conference team, especially in Madison Square Garden. So having these good games here from a multitude of Laker players, and they were able to get in a moment where Bronny James was able to play most of that fourth quarter there, and after having a pretty porous game against the 76ers, had a much better game in this one and had a very nice and one and finish. So it was good to see that too for the Lakers. So Lakers get a very big win in this one, but it was against the Washington Wizards, who, like I said, aren't the best team, and they are probably one of the worst basketball teams I've seen in quite some time. So good for the Lakers to take care of business and get that win, but it's now on to the next challenge as they go up against the New York Knicks. So that is probably going to be it for this video, though. But let us know in the comments down below of what do you think of how some of the other guys for Lakers played. Not only just Hachimura, James, and Austin Reaves, but how did you think a guy like Shake Milton did playing and scored his season high for the Lakers, and then Trey Jameson and also Jackson Hayes as well. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. And there is just about 89% of y'all who have recently watched our videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of that action. All right, I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.